we're seeing a dude who went from beloved to a heel in like the matter of like a couple of months, man. It was kind of crazy. Khamzat Chimaev, he absolutely ragdolled, steamrolled Kevin Holland. It wasn't close, right? Faked the glove touch, right? Fake glove touch, shot in, couple scrambles. Next thing you know, you choke him out. And, you know, listen, beautiful Darce choke for the win. You got to love that, right? But AJ, man, this dude does the unprecedented, right? He basically gets a big press conference that people they're free to the public, right? So it's not like you're paying a bunch of money, but people already came down, they're in their seats, they're ready. Press conference canceled because Khamzat and Kevin Holland kind of get into it, you know, at the T-Mobile. And then you come in, miss weight by 10 pounds, right? And then you just say, I don't give a fuck about you or anybody. I'm here to kill anybody. Whoever you put in front of me, I will destroy. That's great. That's awesome. But, you know, Uncle Dana says, if you were to do this to me on a title fight, bro, like, I don't think he understands that aspect of it. Like, Dana White could now be looking at him in a completely different light. Even though he's putting asses in seats, he could be one of those guys where let me get him the belt and let me Tyron Woodley him and try to get somebody to take that shit away from him immediately. So what do you think about this whole thing, man? Did he help his cause? Because all marketing is good marketing, more or less, right? Did he help his cause, or is this a bad look? What do you think?
Ooh, as a publicity stunt, I could see where it would help, but man, in the eyes of Uncle Dana, excuse me, what worried me right away was when they were talking about it in the post-fight press conference. Uncle Dana had a very big smirk when he was saying, "Yeah, he'll fight at 170 or 185," and then he started smiling, and I was like, "Okay, so at least." You know, Uncle Dana feels like he's going to give this guy maybe one more chance. You miss weight again. You were relegated to 185. No more. You know, fool me once, shame on you. So I definitely think this was one of the fights that did help. Did the entire shenanigans of the entire week, the press conference, the fight in the back, all that stuff help out Chimaev's cause? Yeah, probably. Unfortunately, there was a big thing that Bryce Mitchell, I saw him going off about it, how he feels like some people are spoon-fed, some people, you know, they are given all the glory and the grace from Uncle Dana and the brass at the UFC, and then they go and do stuff like this. And unfortunately for people who don't do this, it makes the other guy's stock rise, and people either like him or like to hate him even more. And either way, you get more eyes to the fight. We're going to see a lot more of Chimaev, I think. My big question is, with this kind of tenacity and like fighting style, who's going to stop this guy? You think it's Covington? You think it's up one of the upper echelons? Or are we going to see a steamroll the entire time?
I'm going to be honest, man. I think a high-level wrestler, you get in front of a really high-level wrestler, I think Chimaev is going to have some problems. Because one thing that you will have noticed during the fight is that Holland was doing a great job of standing his own. Like, if you really look at some of the other fighters, they're getting ragdolled immediately. You know what I mean? Like, once Chimaev gets his hands on you, it's kind of game over. But if you're a good wrestler with good wrestling defense, right, takedown defense, and you can make Khamzat blow his load proverbially in the first couple of rounds and then get it into the deeper rounds, I think that's when people are going to start having success, man, to be completely honest with you. They're even saying that Chimaev is using a lot of energy. He's just kind of trying to overwhelm you. And that's the problem. When a dude who tries to overwhelm people and that's all he has, I'm not saying that's all he has, but when that's basically all he has is that first initial boom, bullies don't like to get bullied. So what happens when you start putting them on the back foot, right? And that's when I think you're going to start to see those holes open up and the defense is exploited a little bit. Let's be honest, AJ. Chimaev was supposed to win this fight. Kevin Holland was never supposed to win this fight. He took the fight because he's a good sport, because he was trying to show up for the real G's. But let me ask you this. Obviously, Kevin Holland is going to have a favor returned via the company by doing this, right? But what does this win by Chimaev tell us? This doesn't really tell us anything, to be honest, right? This is not a matchup that was favorable for Kevin Holland whatsoever. So I feel like this is a wash in the book. This doesn't really propel him to any new heights. What do you think?
Yeah, I know. I think the Gilbert Burns win that Chimaev had before was a bigger win than this win, unfortunately. I think this was honestly just Uncle Dana doing something he likes for a fighter that he likes in Chimaev, giving him a Nate Diaz fight that was going to make him a whole lot of money, get a whole lot of eyes on him to really set him up for the next one. You come in, you backstab the boss, and you miss weight. I think this is a wash. I don't think this does much, especially because a lot of the what was the betting line? Do you even have the betting line numbers? Because I imagine Chimaev was a massive favorite going into this. So I highly doubt anybody actually thought Kevin Holland was going to win this fight.
I don't remember what Chimaev's line was, but Kevin Holland was around plus 400. Yeah. So that's, I mean, come on, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, wash for Chimaev. Listen, you got to make somebody feel something, right? That's Uncle Chael's whole entire thing. Make the fans feel something. I don't care if they love you. I don't care if they hate you. But the thing is, they will tune in to watch you. So at the end of the day, he is the bona fide pay-per-view star. We just got to see how the numbers did. Obviously, the beef is definitely going to bump those up a little bit. We just got to see the numbers overall. Big win by Khamzat Chimaev, man. But I'm just really interested to see how he does against an elite grappler. Now, that's what we need to see.